people wear a mask. Yeah.
I have one on right now because I ran here.
I know. Well, we're 31 or 37 states are now in the red zone, of which sadly I think we may be one.
We're okay. And I hate to say this, but when you're lax and when you're near a tourist place, which our state is very touristy and we get a lot of tourist dollars, and I'm sure it's a hard line when you're got somebody wanting to spend money at your store and you're going under and they don't want to wear a mask and they're from out of state. What do you do? I mean,
I know. You got to do it. Well, you feel cornered because then you're caught between your boss and the person who's not wearing a mask. And what happened to you? Oh, whoa, that was whack. You just got all pixelated. It is Mercury retrograde, people. And I have to say, last night I watched the Wisconsin Democrats. They did their comedy night, which was so fun.
Was it good?
Oh yeah, and then watching the amount of tech stuff they had, I feel so totally great about what we do. I mean, when you're watching Bradley Whitford and people like that having to deal with tech issues, they were hilarious. I have to say. But
that's awesome.
Hello.
Hi everybody. Thanks for coming to the show.
Oh my God, you're there with Kelly and Megan? That's awesome. Those are my girls from Stephanie's show, but we're just, BFFs in life as we go through it all together.
Okay, everybody, it's 13 more days. Let's just take a group deep breath.
I wore my blue dress while I was dropping off the postcards today because I'm telling you, people, I sent them out. I sent them out to Georgia.
Bravo, Debrianna.
I have my Biden shirt on, my new Biden Harris
shirt. As always, Madam Vice President. She just turned 55, and I was thinking, God, she's so young, and it would just be so awesome.
I know. It's okay. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. This is what I'm saying. Anxiety equals action. That's if you're feeling anxious, do something.
That's really good advice.
There are text banks. There's so much.
Phone banks. You know how many texts I get a day? Are you voting? It's so easy. Get on the text bank, phone bank. If you can't, there are these micro donations where you can donate between $1 and $10. Help some people,
Help Amy McGrath. Come on, Mitch McConnell. Seriously? He'd rather shove through Amy Coney Brat instead of giving us money? I'm just over it. People help her.
Don't get me started, or I will start to hyperventilate. And you need to make your Fennel Au Gratin, which sounds really good.
That's right. Well, I have to say, since we were talking about, Thanksgiving stuff, I have definitely served this at a Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
So, voila, people.
It sounds like the ultimate side dish. It's a delicious side dish. And also, I was looking into fennel today. It is really healthy. Every aspect of the fennel, the bulb, the frond, the seeds, it's like a miracle plant.
Yes, it's really good for you. I add a lot of fennel seed to many things, which I have my personal grinder. Some people say they don't like fennel. This is so funny. My friend, who shall remain nameless, always says, "Oh, I don't like fennel," and he has eaten it so many times at my house.
You just didn't know.
No, you don't.
That's so funny. I find if you don't like something, it's usually because you haven't had a great version of it. It's really true.
And people can OD on, I would say, fennel seed. Oh, look at you go, pixely again.
I don't see myself going pixely, but
I don't know if everybody else is seeing you all pixely, but you're definitely pixelated.
But
and you're back. This is so fun. Okay,
Maybe.
so this is what got me a little ticky today. I
Okay.
always get my fennel at Trader Joe's. I just picked up, I buy it all the time because I use it a lot. I
Okay.
just picked it up and I came home and opened the package and I have puny ones. They're puny, puny.
Okay.
But anyway, that's what I have, puny fennel. And I'm going to also tell you this. I have cut the bottom off and put it in my garden and it's growing.
I love it so much. It's magic vegetables.
Yes, it is.
Okay, somebody's saying, one of the people, my food discovery of the month, pesto made with radish greens, the bomb. Yes,
Do you know
you
how
can
much I
make
do
a
that?
lot of
All the
everything.
time. All the time. That I like to use pistachios in it. Oh, so good.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Change the nuts around.
Change
I
nuts
mean,
around.
you can.
Pistachios, walnuts, almonds. Check it out.
I've
Good.
done it with everything.
But green things. Very good. Yes. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the oven is on 425.
Okay, hot
I
oven.
Hot oven, yeah. Okay, I have my own breadcrumbs. Obviously, you don't have to do that, but this is how I do it, so you know. When
Okay.
you get to the end of the bread and there's bread ends, I just take them and put them in the freezer. Of course I do.
Of course you do. That's like you put them in the freezer.
I put them in the freezer, and then I will take them out. Sometimes I do this before. It depends. You don't have to. I
Okay.
cut them into little cubies, and then I
Okay.
put them in the oven and just let them sit in there till they dry. Because we live in a dry climate, they dry very quickly. If
Right.
you're in, back east, you can put it in the oven on low for, you know, 15 minutes, and they should dry out. So now I have all these little crumblies.
What kind of bread? Just anything. Any kind of bread you were eating?
My favorite thing, and this is what I do for Thanksgiving, is to get the Trader Joe's green chili cheese brioche bread. It makes killer stuffing.
For your stuffing? Yeah.
This is just any old bread that I had. There's
Yeah.
whole wheat, there's regular, there's a hamburger roll that we weren't going to use, and so I just put it in there. So that's
And
it.
it works. Bread is so versatile. Bread is not dead just because you can't use it for a sandwich anymore, you know?
No, it's awesome. So yeah, and the ends are great for that. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
is what I'm going to do the fennel first.
Okay.
So
Your puny fennel, and I have a feeling that Peggy's not happy with this measurement of puny.
puny. All right, so I am not going to grow these anymore because it's now going to get cold. I don't know if you heard this on the weekend. Oh, what the hell with my camera?
Can I switch it?
Yeah.
I saw that it was snow next week.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, yes, and it's going to be like 20 degrees. So I think on 28, I think Sunday night. So that's going to be the end of growing things. So these are going back into my freezer bag where I have all my stock stuff. Y'all know that.
I was thinking about, am I going to grow some herbs in my kitchen window over the winter? I don't know. I might do it.
End up doing that.
I might do it.
So fronds off. The little fronds. The fronds are these little green things, these feathery dudes.
Are you going to use them for something or no?
Yes. I'm going to put them in here in the Cuisinart because that's where the breadcrumbs are going.
Okay.
And these thick sort of things that look like a thumb.
Yeah.
Those are going to go in the bag.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to put those in the breadcrumbs. I'm just using the really feathery stuff.
Okay.
And those will go back. The other things will go in for soup stock.
And for those people in the audience that don't know, fennel has a really anise, light licoricey taste, but it's like the essence of. It's hard to describe. It's not exactly like that, but it's definitely in that family.
Yeah, but you know what? The weird thing is, I don't really like licorice. And
but you like fennel.
Yeah, I love fennel. But once you cook it, that sort of licoricey taste dies down.
It does. It does.
That's what I think. Yeah.
It does.
All right, so I'm going to cut these into little, I'm going to say a little more than a 1/4 inch slices. And then I'm going to put them in this frying pan momentarily. And I'm going to put them in a frying pan and let them cook just a little bit before I put them in the oven. I want them to cook kind of through, so I'm going to use some stock and white wine to.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, so I'm going to put a tablespoon of butter. Butter.
Butter. It's like butter.
And in an equal part of olive oil.
Industrial strength size.
That would be otherwise known as the Costco size. Okay, so I have a handful of parsley. And since I pulled this out of my garden, I'm going to use the stems and everything because this is going in there.
It's a handful, whatever that means for you.
Yeah, just be nice with your hands. And then I have probably about, when this is done, I'm going to say maybe about a teaspoon-ish, maybe a little more of thyme. A bunch of stalks, and then just clean them off as you do. These are getting so woody right now because it's getting to be fall.
I know, and thyme's one of those things that can winter over for sure, but it curls up and gets all protective of itself.
But it lasts. It's so good. So I have sage and thyme and parsley that kind of winter over in my yard, which I'm really happy about. Really, I just got to get through Thanksgiving.
You've got the whole Simon and Garfunkel song is what you're saying.
I do. I have the whole song. It's a true story. So I'm just stripping the leaves off, and it smells so good when you start doing that. Oh, just
yes, I love herbs.
Okay, so this is the thing. I would do lemon zest in here.
Okay.
However, I used some lemons last night for my pasta, and I cut the tiny little ends off. See them? Like a little hat.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to cut that little end right off and throw that in with the breadcrumbs. If you don't have that around, obviously, just zest some lemon in there.
There is a way to really use all of your food, and you are so of that World War II mentality. But I find comfort in that because my grandma was that way too. And you don't have to waste food.
I just won't waste it. I'm telling you, I won't.
Yeah, I respect that.
Thank you. Okay, so
I know this is Peggy. She goes, I can see where the measuring is going tonight. Handful, teaspoonish.
I know. It just went way out the window. I'll write measurements in the recipe. I'm a little upset with this fennel, so I just lost my shizzle.
It happens, Debrianna. It happens.
It does. All right, so I'm going to grease this casserole dish, which normally would be the right size if I had normal size fennel.
Could you combine it with like some potatoes or something? Or
I could, but I'm not gonna.
I refuse. This is fennel.
You could, but my plan was for fennel, so that's what I'm doing. No, you could use potatoes. It would probably work.
You could do a combo, maybe.
Yeah. All right, so I have the fennel in here. It's in with the butter and the olive oil. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. And then I'm going to add some white wine and I'm going to add garlic first. A nice sized clove, I'm going to tell you, of garlic.
Okay.
And I will add that to my pot right here. My hands are all greasy. Just a quick chop, choppity chop, throw it in. All right. You guys know my favorite thing. It's better than bouillon. They should actually sponsor us.
I've been using it a lot.
It's awesome. Like, all I'm going to need right now is probably a half a cup of stock. So I don't want to have to pull my stock out of the refrigerator because it's in a bigger bag. I mean, out of the freezer. So this is what's easy. Hello. Into the cup it goes. Hot water. Done.
It's so great. I thank you for introducing me to that because, man, it is great
Awesome,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, I'm gonna put a cup and a half of breadcrumbs in here.
That was a cup and a half with your hand.
Don't look. I'm going to put in some salt. People,
How much salt will she put in? Let's see. Oh, fingers.
Salt. And 10 of these.
Okay. I'm rubbing off on you because that's exactly what I do. I'm like, hey.
I know. Okay, so these are starting to get a little translucent, which is lovely. And they smell so good.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
I'm going to do half a cup of white wine. I mean, half a cup of stock. And I'm going to mix that up. I think that'll do it.
I mean, don't you think you can pretty much gratin anything and it'll be good?
Yes. Well, there's different ways of doing it. Like, you could make a roux and add the cheese and make like a creamy sauce. I like this way myself, so that's what we're having. So I'm pouring that in, and I'm going to pour in a third of a cup of this lovely Charles Shaw Chardonnay.
Lovely Charles Shaw.
Otherwise known as $2 Chuck.
Charles Shaw.
Yes.
Delightful vino.
And I want these to get cooked. So I'm going to add a little pepper. And I'm going to taste one of them afterwards and just see if I need salt. Because the broth has salt in it, so I don't want these to get oversalted.
It's really important to taste what you're cooking. You have to taste your food.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Taste your food because you're going to eat it later. Okay, so my breadcrumbs. I have them in the Queasy here with salt, pepper, thyme, fresh thyme, and fresh parsley. I'm going to give them a grind. Oops, not that way. It's got on here backwards.
I did that the other day too.
It won't work.
It doesn't work.
It won't work unless this is down all the way either. Go. It's Mercury retrograde. That's what happens.
Hey, you're not going to get any judgment from me. So.
Also, I have my fronds in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. There. All right, now I'm going to add some butter.
Yum. Butter and bread and spices.
I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
No, I didn't eyeball it. This is marked.
Okay.
And I'm going to add 2 cups of cheese. Now, I like to use Gruyere or a Toscano, but that's me. If you want to use Parmesan, go right ahead.
I was going to ask you what you use because you should have one of the cheeses be a melty type. No?
Yeah, I like Gruyere. I don't know. I've seen like recipes where like they just use Parmesan. That's not my favorite way to do it. So
Yeah.
It's my kitchen. That's what I'm doing.
I can do what I want. No, Gruyere is such a beautiful, cheesy, melty cheese.
Yeah.
That's the fondue cheese.
All right, so butter and cheese. What is better?
My two favorite things, butter and cheese.
Oh my God, that looks so good. Okay. Oh, smells divine, and now I'm going to taste it.
Okay, that's going to be good. I've never thought to Cuisinart the cheese with it. You're doing something new that I don't do with my gratin.
Oh, yay. Well, this is not like I said, it's not going to be a cheesy, saucy one. Like you definitely do it that way with cream and all of that stuff. But I like it like this. I'm going to check. Yep, they're done.
But that's a great method. It's a great method to do it with the breadcrumbs because then it really gets everywhere, you know? You don't miss any places.
I'm going to taste one of these now and see if it's salty enough for me. Just a little edge of one. Where's one? Here it is. See, these are cooked, just cooked all the way through. They're not like mushy, but they're not, you know, they're still a little firm.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. They don't need salt. See, it's a good thing I tested it, because that could have been a disaster.
Could have been a disaster.
All right, so now here's my story about this freaking fennel. If I had the right size bulbs, and they were big bulbs, I would do a layer and then the cheesy stuff in the middle and then a layer. I will not have that much fennel. I will only have what I have. So I will be doing a layer of fennel.
It's still going to be great. It's still going to be great.
Pan, which is just has butter on there, on the bottom.
Okay.
And I've done this where I had just the rounds and, you know, laid them out really beautifully. Or you could do them, you know, cut it in wedges and do wedges.
You can make it fancy if you want.
Yeah, you could.
This is how you do it when you're mad at the fennel.
Are you putting the anger into the fennel dish right now?
Put your anger into it.
Yeah, just put your whole self in. Okay, so now here's the other story I'm going to tell you. I'm just wanting the cheese to kind of melt on here. I don't need any more moisture in that because these are cooked all the way.
Okay.
So, here's a little handy hint. I'm going to let this cool because this is my fennel juice with my chicken stock, and I will put it back in the freezer in my stock bag.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's because we are now becoming psychic with one another, Lisa, after 100.
Now becoming one. Our brains are melding.
Okay. I'm gonna do this now.
Oh yay. There it is.
So if I had two layers, this would be enough to go both layers, but I'm gonna really pile this on because
that's gonna be good.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna put it in the oven at 425 for maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes.
Okay.
If I had two layers, it might go a little longer, just to make sure everything's melty and crispy all the way through. But I don't have two layers. Did I mention that? I only have one.
You might have mentioned that.
I will serve this with grilled sausage and some linguine tonight.
Oh, delish. That's going to be tasty.
Yeah, it should be tasty. And that's my story.
That's your fennel story.
Paris, 2020.
A tale of two fennel bulbs.
Yes.
Two fennel bulbs. A tale of two.
A tale of two. Yes. You will improvise and it will come out lovely. Thank you, whoever said that.
Thank you, whoever said that.
Yes, I will post a picture, of course, along with the recipe. With measurements.
Fantastic.
Okay. So we all know what I'm going to say now, right?
It could be one of 5 things.
We're going to scroll, baby. Yes, we
Scroll.
are.
Because you got to vote. You got to vote for life or death, people. Come on.
Okay, so, envoysforhumanity.org will help you write postcards still to swing voters. You can still do it. We still have 2 weeks. We can do it. We can do this, people. We can get through the next 2 weeks.
If you have a grandma who can vote or grandpa and they need help, find out. Okay? A lot of older people are scared because there's surges everywhere. Maybe, you could get them some help to get there or help them do a drop off,
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is, if you don't know, and if you haven't already, subscribed, please, to our YouTube channel. When I write the description of the show in the description, there's always the links to what I'm scrolling on the bottom. So you can find the links if you don't remember it in the scroll and you don't want to watch the video to find it. It's always in the YouTube description, where you should have subscribed by now.
And please, feel free to subscribe. It's free. It helps us. And if you like what you see, that little button with the thumbs up, just click on it.
Just do it. Thank you. Fun to watch whoever's watching for the first time, whose name I can't see, but thank you.
Oh, thanks for watching. And we'll be here again tomorrow.
We'll be here tomorrow. And hey, my girls who are here from Stephanie Miller, Yoni is coming on next week. He's going to be making chicken next Wednesday. So we have a guest next Wednesday. He's a podcaster, The World According to Yoni, and I've been on his show before, so I'm happy to have him on ours.
That's going to be great. I have this feeling we're going to go through a chicken streak because of just the anxiety coming up towards the election. You want the best homey food ever, because I know I'm going to make matzo ball soup, and he's going to make the chicken, and you've got the rubber chicken, and I'm sure you're going to make something chicken.
I always make chicken. I love chicken.
Chicken makes everything okay.
Yes. So we will be we'll be doing some Thanksgiving dishes from now till Thanksgiving, because who knows what's going to happen on Thanksgiving. Might as well start early.
All of November is going to be Yumsville Thanksgiving food. It's going to be great.
Yes. Well, let's see if this is.
Wear a mask. Wear a mask.
Wear a mask. What's that? Later. I'm so cheerful. This is what happens when you get